none of that, because rather than waste my master's money, I won't do anything at all. I'll just put it over here and keep it until he comes back. Now, those are three different kinds of people. And we're going to talk about that because Cloud is trying to help us learn. The underlying thing is many times we feel like only certain people can be successful. And it's just not for me to be successful. This is really very enlightening in a lot of different ways, even for me at the age that I am. Because this is saying that success is up to you. It really has nothing to do with anybody else.
What you want.
Nobody else. It's about what you decide that you're going to do. And he gives us steps, and these principles are going to help us to overcome, for all of us, various obstacles that we have allowed to be in our lives that have not been spoken, but we've been dealing with it and refuse to move any further than what we have moved, and it's going to help us. So remember that last person that had the talent. He was afraid. There was fear there, okay? And a lot of other things. So the first thing, the first principle that he tells us to do is to dig it up. Now, I'm going to read just a little bit of this, and hopefully we can get into
the first thing he says.
The first principle is dig it up. Dig it up. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Now, he gives a story. This story is awesome. And I'll try to read it really quick. We are here today in an extraordinary building. I said to the audience, look at the design, the way it all works. Look at those huge beams that hold it all together and how they magically stretch all the way across the expanse of the ceiling. Look at how high the walls are, and yet they just seem to stand there. Notice how warm it is in here, though you know it is cold outside. The design of this place meets both our appreciation of beauty and our need for protection from the weather. And we all feel safe. Not one of us is worried that it is going to fall down in the middle of the seminar. We all took a moment to revel in the structure we had been somewhat ignoring all day. It truly was something to behold. Now, I have a question for you, and I want y'all to think about this question. Does anyone know where this arena came from? This is the question he poses to the audience. He says, anyone know where it originated? No one said anything. So I tried again. Anyone want to tell me where this building originated from? A builder built it, someone offered. True, I said. But from where did it originate? Let me tell you a great mystery, he says. We are standing here in a physical world, the real world that we can see and feel, taste, and touch. In the case of this building, we can use it, stand in it, reach out, and touch it. It is the real thing, as we say. But where did this building in the real, physical, visible world come from? It came from the invisible world of a toddler's soul. I told my audience. I guarantee you that is where this awesome Coliseum came from. And when I started reading this and I was thinking, I thought about my baby, okay? This visible arena came from the invisible soul of probably a 20-month-old child. One day, years ago, a little girl, having just learned to walk, was exploring her world more and more. She was in the den one evening right before bedtime, getting in the last few minutes of play. Then something happened. Now I want y'all to picture all of this in your head as I'm reading. She took a few blocks, and instead of her normal pounding them down and throwing them about, she stacked one on top of another. And they stayed. Then she took another block, placed it on top of the second one, and it stayed too. As she stacked the fourth block, something leaped inside her. She felt excitement and glee. She